down our conversation here to protect your son, okay?
Okay.
I'm not seeing it. So this is not working for me.
Speeding ticket. They had nothing to do with the regular driving case.
Supervisors filed paperwork with me alleging that you're out of compliance with your probation. You understand why you're here today?
Yes.
The defendant is alleged to have violated the terms and conditions of probation in the following. The defendant has failed to report to probation as ordered, having missed 2 out of 4 online appointments. The defendant's failed to pay the court fine and fees as ordered or use community service work to get caught up, being in arrears $679 as of the date the petition was drafted. The defendant's failed to complete community service work as ordered, having turned in 0 out of 20 hours. Judge, I gave him a recommendation. He did not agree with the recommendation. I can state it on the record if you would like it.
I would. Thank you.
The recommendation was for him to report in person monthly payments of $89 a month, to complete his 20 hours of court-ordered community service by April the 22nd of 2026.
Do you admit or deny those allegations?
Yes, I've been calling my PO and I've been emailing her. She never called me back or emailed back.
Huh? Okay, but what's your answer to my question?
What question?
I'm going to do this one more time and then I'm going to mark it as a denial and we're going to have a full-scale hearing. You're charged with missing your report dates. Do you admit or deny those allegations?
I've been trying to get in contact with my PO, like for my fine stuff, my criminal service.
Huh? All right, so I'm going to mark those as denials. We're going to do a full-scale hearing and I'm just going to sort it out. Grab a seat right there at the first table. And we'll hear about this thing with you trying to talk to your PO. Okay, so I'm going to put that I asked him twice what the answers were and that both times I did not get a clear answer that I could take action on. Therefore, I am marking these as a denial and I will make my own independent decision. Mr. Evans, what's about to happen is we're about to have a full-scale hearing on your allegations for revocation. If I decide that you have violated your probation, all right, do you have family here with you?
My mom.
She's welcome to come sit with you at the table if she wants. So, all right. Do you understand what's about to happen?
Yes.
Okay. Where you think I might want to know the answer, this is your opportunity to ask those questions. And you can go ahead.
I tried to go back and talk to her to agree, but she never called me back there.
Okay. Let's just call that a question.
I don't have no transportation. I'm not no.
I didn't catch that. Lean back just a little bit from the mic. You're feeding back a little bit.
Bad. I said I don't have no transportation, no ride. My license suspended, so I get no job to pay the fine.
I hear you saying that. Okay. All right. Ms. Sexton, anything else? What I'm going to do is I'm going to let you tell me what you want me to know. I'm going to let him ask some follow-up questions if he thinks you haven't covered what he wants you to cover. Now our conversation here to protect your son, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, I just want to say, his phone was messed up, so that's why I was trying to call the PO to tell him. So I was actually trying to sign the meeting. So that was my fault that I missed for February, because I thought I clicked on it and like every time I signed to me, I explained to her like why he couldn't pay the money, why he couldn't do community service. Cause we don't have a car, cause we've been going through hardship too. So
yes,
and I went up there to try to talk to the PO to let her know everything was going on. Cause he don't really understand everything what be going on. So I be had to talk to him sometimes. So half the time he don't know what be going on. He just agreed to it cause he don't know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I tried to get in touch with the PO. I left her numerous voicemail. She never returned my call. I was trying to explain to her like what was going on with us, like financial and stuff. Because I paid his first fine for him and I paid for his DUI class, but I don't have that type of money like to keep paying the money because we going through hardship ourselves.
I respect that. So, all right. Anything else you want me to know from your end before we go to the next phase?
No, sir.
Do you have any questions you want to ask her on things you wanted her to say that she didn't say?
Sir.
Do you have any questions you want to ask her, Ms. Sexton?
The only question I have is, did you, during your attempts to communicate with probation, did you ever email them?
Yes, I tried. She said she was going to email me. I gave her my email, but she never emailed me because I told her my son phone at the time was messed up, and I told her he couldn't get into your email. I told her it was cracked, and I said I couldn't have a way to get it fixed right now. So that's why I told her, because she communicates through me with my email. So when I reported the sign to me, I explained to her everything going on. I put my email in it too, and I was telling her like everything what was going on with this. But I never heard that back from her.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Ma'am, anything else?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Mr. Evans, do you have any other witnesses you wish to call?
Oh.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going to mark you as resting, closing your case. Is that a fair thing for me to say? That you're done presenting any of your evidence? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any rebuttal? Okay. All right. Then the evidence is closed. Oh, man. Okay. Entered a plea to reckless driving and insurance back on October 28th of 2025. I do feel the need to point out that in this case, before the case was resolved, he did miss court. I did issue a bench warrant. I lifted that bench warrant, and he reset his case. So I'm just saying this is not our first bump into each other moment. In that case, he received a fine. He got several charges dismissed. It was a terminated 3 months case, which means that he could have closed this case a hot minute ago, and that he needed to complete a defensive driving school, which I need to be very clear, and I need to communicate very, very clearly that we are, unless it's restitution, we are never a cash-only court, unless it's restitution. And there's no restitution in this case. And so I just want to make certain that it's clear that our team makes it very clear with people that when they have financial obligations to the court, those financial obligations can be resolved in a number of different ways. They can potentially, some of these financial obligations can be waived, such as the monthly supervision fees. The fine can be waived by doing community service work, but we can't do that until the original community service work of 20 hours is complete, which of course, that's one of the allegations here. So we couldn't even get to that to be offered. And so I'll also point out that I get that they're saying that, and I respect the fact that Ms. Evans is saying that, him missing those two was something that she was responsible for. And I respect the fact that, she's saying that's it. And so even if I were to so I don't know, I'm still not understanding why we just had a full scale hearing on this. I feel like the recommendation from the state was pretty reasonable, and it gave him the opportunity to get it back on track. I'm also seeing this bench warrant that had to get issued and then resolved. I'm seeing that this plea was back in October and we're here and it's not working. So I don't know. I'm not really feeling like this is a candidate for probation. This gentleman is a candidate for probation moving forward. So I'm not seeing it. So this is not working for me. So here's what we're going to do. How many days does he have left?
He has 222.
Okay. This is high and aggravated or anything?
No, sir.
Okay, so it's just standard
Yes,
everything? Okay. All right, Mr. Evans, this is not working for me. I'm revoking 120 days to the Spalding County Jail and I'm terminating the balance. All the fines are zeroed. All the fees are zeroed. Everything else is zeroed. So he's going to go through. The sheriff will release him whenever the sheriff determines that he has served enough time. That's not a decision I'm allowed to make. But either way, I don't see a pathway where this gets better moving forward. So that's it. This case is officially closed. 120 days, terminate the balance, everything zeroed out. There's no consecutive cases or anything else. And that means you're finished with me altogether. And again, the sheriff will decide what the good time credit is. And they will let you know as soon as they book him in, and they'll calculate that out and they'll let him know.
Yeah, because I speak on that bench one. That bench one, they had nothing to do with that case.
We're just going to have to agree to disagree on that because I'm looking at it in my own file. So, okay, thank you, Ms. Evans.
But it was a ticket for speeding ticket. They had nothing to do with that regular driving case.
I know, and again, we're just going to have to agree to disagree because I'm looking at it in my docket. So, all right, thank you very much. All right, Evans is closed.